Hi guys, it's Kasha. Welcome to the channel, to my wonderland. It is coffee time and today I have for you another top 5. If you are not familiar with Top 5 Wednesdays, it is a group that it is being hosted by Sam back at Goodreads, and I'm gonna leave down below the link to the group and everything so that you can check it out. So today, in our top 5, we have favorite friend groups. I'm going to do this in no particular order, but first of all, please, let's talk about The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. Is there any more amazing group of friends than the friends from The Lunar Chronicles? If you don't know, The Lunar Chronicles, it is a retelling that it is based in a fairy tale. So we have Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, we have Rapunzel, and we have Snow White. And the group of friends, it is so Pinterest. We have so many different personalities and they keep on adding friends as the story progresses, and you just get to love them and to go through so much stuff with them, and it is so amazing, and you end up loving each one of them, and you suffer so much with them as well. But it is one of my favorite friend groups for sure, and I love how they always have each other's backs. I also love the diversity, and I love how she took classic fairy tale characters and she moved them into a more kind of like science fiction world, and I just love the combination. And you just gotta read this if you have not read this yet, because it's definitely one of my favorite YA series. Then we have Little Woman by Louisa May Alcott, and I don't have right now a physical copy of the book, but it's always been one of those stories that I've always loved because of the relationship of the sisters. So I'm considering this sisterhood a friendship, and I'm making it count for this top 5 because I just love how they have each other's back no matter what happened. And the story takes place, if you are not familiar with Little Woman, which will be a little bit weird because if you have not read the book, I'm pretty sure that you've watched the movie. There is, by the way, a new movie and a new TV series coming, I believe still to the end of this year. I'm not really sure, but I'm excited to see what they did again with the story. We have 4 sisters who live together with their mom, and dad had to go to war, and so they're always worried and waiting for letters from him, and they go through so much through thick and thin together, and you know, experiencing like first love and sickness and all of those things, and they always have each other, and their relationship is just everything in the book, and I just love it so much, the relationship that they have. And I am a single kid, like I don't have any brothers or sisters, so I've always been a little bit jealous, let's be honest, of people that have such good and close relationships with their siblings, because I've never had that and I'm never gonna have it. Then we have Paper Towns by John Green, and I have read this book this year, and I've also watched the movie. I did that for the booktubeathon of this year, and I have to say the best thing of the book was the friendship between the main characters, the way that they connected, they supported each other, and they went into this crazy road trip, even though the road trip happens in the last 80 pages of the book. Totally worth it. But that is not the point. The point is the relationships that are built in this book, the way our characters connect, and they end up making this group of friends, and they all go together into this road trip, supporting each other no matter what. It's just fantastic, and it is also a very funny book, but also deals with very serious topics, and I loved it, and it had to be in this top 5. I say I don't have favorites, but the last 2 books are my favorites of these top 5, let's be honest, because the next book is Harry Potter. I just picked this one because it's the Order of the Phoenix, and so in this book specifically we have like a more connected group of people, so to say, and the friendship starts growing up until we get to Deathly Hallows, which everybody is kind of involved, and we have this big group fighting the Dark Lord. The Harry Potter series has one of the best friendship groups ever, because we don't only have Ron, Harry, and Hermione, we also have everybody else like Fred and George, we have Ginny, we have Hagrid. This book series, Harry Potter, is about unity, about fighting together, and I just love it. And you all know Harry Potter is one of my favorite series of all times, and that's why it deserves a spot in this video. Like, people die here for each other. And the last one, in a book that I reread last year, it is It by Stephen King. Are you surprised? Because I'm Stephen King trash. As you can see, I also annotated a lot this book, and I want to get another edition because this edition was so hard to read. I do have my Spanish copy of the book in Spain, but I want to get like a really nice big edition in English because I made a mistake and I bought this one thinking it was going to be a regular hardcover, but it is those kind of called library edition or something like that. At least that is how Amazon here in Germany calls it kind of like library edition. And let me show you the font. So here you can appreciate how freaking small this is, and it took me freaking forever to go through the book because the font was just so small that it was not really pleasant to the eye. So this book is in these top 5 because the friendship between our kids from the Losers Club is one of the cutest, most intense ones ever. Now, I don't want to spoil the book for anybody that has not read or seen the movie. This is an adult book, and so you need to be aware of this before you go into the book because there are basically disclaimers for everything that you can imagine in this book, because there is everything. There's physical abuse, there is not really rape, but there is sexual intercourse in the book, and I don't know, it is gory, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a quick plot summary that I'm gonna try not to get anything spoiled for anybody. Basically, we follow the story of a couple of kids that live in a really small town, and they realize one day that there is this kind of clown that each of them sees in different situations, and they start talking to each other and they find out that all of them have seen this clown. So they start to investigate and they start to come up with a plan to kill said clown. And the clown that we're talking about, it is Pennywise. And Pennywise is one of the forms that the entity called It can take. So It is an entity and it doesn't have any specific form. It just takes the form of whatever things that people are scared of. So since kids normally are scared of clowns, he takes this kind of form of an evil clown that is called Pennywise when he goes to visit the children. So the legend says that Pennywise comes every 27 years to claim the lives of little kids. So that's why we get the Losers Club, because they are kind of kids that they all have their own problems in their own way, and they're kind of like misfits, and they come together with this Losers Club to fight evil. And I just love that. I just love it. I love all the characters. All of them are amazing, and I do love both the TV series that they did with Tim Curry playing Pennywise, but I also really like the new It movie that they released last year, and I'm really dying to watch part 2, and I'm super excited that they decided to revive a book and a story from Stephen King that I'm so passionate about. And I like that they tried to give so many hints and Easter eggs from the book, which is complicated because it is a chunk of a book, and I understand it is really hard to put this into a movie, but the new movie does it so wonderfully to include all of these little hints and Easter eggs that you can find that if you've read the book, you know what they are. Anyways, let me stop myself because when I start talking about Stephen King and Pennywise, I just lose track of time and this video would be endless. So these were my top 5 friend groups. Let me know down below what you thought about my picks. Do you recommend me any other ones, you know, based on the ones that I've mentioned that might be similar and I might like? Let me know down below. Remember guys to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, all my other social media is listed down below, and I hope to see you guys in the next coffee time. Bye!